start the class. Transformer consists of how many losses? What are the losses in transformer?
Iron loss and copper.
Okay, iron loss and copper loss. Iron loss again classified into how many types?
2 types.
Two types. What are those?
Hysteresis and eddy.
Hysteresis and eddy current loss. See here on the screen it is visible. Iron loss consists of hysteresis and eddy current loss. So hysteresis loss I have already told. This loss is due to continuous reversals of current while magnetizing the iron piece. This hysteresis loss is due to continuous reversal of current when magnetizing the iron piece. This is an hysteresis loss. And here there is one empirical formula given by scientist Steinmetz. This is called Steinmetz formula. See on the screen, Steinmetz formula for hysteresis loss. So write down Steinmetz formula for hysteresis loss. WH is equal to, write down this. Steinmetz formula for hysteresis loss. WH is equal to eta B max power 1.6 F into V. F into V. This is an empirical formula. Empirical formulas will not have any proof. Then how we can say this formula is correct? First, the scientist will propose the formula and experiments will be conducted by using the formula. If the results are good, then this is the standard formula. There is no derivation for the empirical formulas. Scientists will propose the formula and some experiments will be done by using this formula. If the results are good, then this formula is taken as the standard one. Like that, Steinmetz is the scientist who proposed the formula for hysteresis and eddy current loss. So write down this formula. WH is equal to eta B max for 1.6 F into V. Eta is called Steinmetz hysteresis coefficient. See here, eta is the Steinmetz hysteresis coefficient. This is the constant. Similarly, V is the volume of the core, iron piece. Core means iron piece. V is the volume of the iron piece in meter cube. Unit of volume is meter cube. We know F is the frequency, B is the flux density. B is the flux density, F is the frequency. So see here, the loss depends upon the volume and grade of iron. Maximum value of flux density, B max, and frequency of magnetic reversals. Okay, write down this formula. See here, for different materials, different eta will be there. For good dynamo sheet steel, what is the value of eta? 502 joule per meter cube. For silicon steel, it is 191 joule per meter cube. This is hard cast steel, that is 7040 joule per meter cube. Cast steel, the range is in between this. Cast iron, all these things no need to remember. Only have to remember this formula. What is V? V is volume. Eta is Steinmetz hysteresis coefficient. Steinmetz is the scientist who had proposed this formula. Have you written this formula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the eddy current loss. Also, he had proposed one more formula. See, write down eddy current loss WE. The formula is eddy current loss WE is equal to eta. This is not K. This is eta. Constant or eta. This is eta B max square. Eta B max square F square T F square V square. This is not T square, this is only T. They have given wrong here. This is not T square, this is T. In textbook they have given wrong. This is not T square, this is T. F square T V square. What is the power law? What is the unit of power? Watts. The unit is watts. Eddy current loss. This is power loss. Eddy current loss means power loss. The unit is watts. Textbook they have given wrong. It is not T square, it is T. What do you mean by T?
Thickness.
Thickness of each lamination. See here, T is the thickness of each lamination. V is the volume of the core iron piece. V is the volume of the iron piece. Okay, these two formulas are necessary for you. Now we'll go to the transformers. 1 minute. These two formulas, remember, yesterday one student asked problems on iron core. We'll do today. Today we'll do the problems on iron core. See here. Separation of iron loss. Core loss means iron loss. Iron loss two types. One is hysteresis loss and the one is eddy current loss. Now see here, WH is proportional to F or F square. WH is proportional to F.
F
Okay.
square.
No, WE is proportional to F square. WH is proportional to F. See here, WH is equal to eta B max. First equation is you have written. WH is proportional to F frequency. WE is proportional to
F square.
F square. Now remaining all are constants. Volume is constant, thickness is constant, eta is constant, all are constants. Only frequency is the variable. So what they are doing is Wi is the iron loss. Wi is equal to Wh plus We. Wh plus We. A into F. This is not F square. Write all these constants as A. A into F. See, they have written here in the problem they have written wrong here. See, Wi is equal to A is the constant. A into F. Wh is equal to A into F plus We is equal to B into F square. B is also a constant. Instead of taking all the constant, they are taking only one constant as A and B. In hysteresis loss, A is the constant. In hysteresis loss, in eddy current loss, B is the constant. So WH is proportional to F. Remove the proportionality and place the constant A. A into F plus We is B into F square. Therefore, total iron loss is equal to Wi is equal to WH plus We. Write down this formula. Wi is equal to total iron loss is equal to A into F plus B into. We are taking only variable. F is the frequency variable. Remaining all are constants in the formula. Is it okay? Total iron loss Wi formula.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now bring F to this side. Take frequency common in this. Take frequency common in this and bring it to the left hand side. Wi by F. Take F common. Wi by F is equal to A plus BF. Write on this. Wi by F is equal to A plus BF. Y means only for simplification you are taking like that. Wi by F is equal to A plus BF. So this formula is used in the problems for calculating the iron loss. This formula is used in the problems for calculating iron loss. Now take down a problem. In a transformer, the iron loss is found to be 52 watts at 40 hertz and 90 watts at 60 hertz. Measured at same calculate hysteresis and eddy current loss. Take down the problem. If you are having doubt, you can ask me. I have written the problem.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now write down the total iron loss. See here, the core loss. Core loss means total iron loss is 52 at frequency 40. First case. Second case is 90 watts iron loss at 60. In this formula, 2 times we substitute. In the first case, 52 divided by 40. Here 52 and 40 substituted here in the first case. Let it be equation 1. Now again substitute 90 and 60. See, they have substituted here. 52 is the iron loss and frequency is 40. A plus FB, 40B. Second case, 90 is the iron loss. 90 by 60. That is equal to A plus 60B. Now we are having two equations. Two unknowns are there. Solve these two equations. We will get A and B. If you solve these two equations, we will get constants A and B. Solve these two. Afterwards also I can solve. Note down this. Let it be equation 1. Let it be equation 2. Write down solve 1 and 2. We will get A is equal to this much, B is equal to this much. Don't solve now. Directly take the answer. Because you should know the procedure. Afterwards you can solve at home. Take down this is equation 1. This is equation 2. Solve 1 and 2. We will get A is equal to this much, B is equal to this much. Up to this clear, A and B?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we got the constants. Once if you know the constants, we can determine the hysteresis and eddy current loss. Where he is asking, at what frequency he is asking hysteresis and eddy current loss?
50 hertz.
50 hertz. See here, see the solution. At 50 hertz, the losses are first WH. WH is equal to A into F. This is not suffix, A multiplied by frequency. Hysteresis loss is A multiplied by F. Eddy current loss is B into F square. A and B are constants. We have already calculated A and B. Substitute A and B here. Frequency, you take it 50 hertz. A is 0.9, frequency is 50. Similarly, B is 0.01, frequency is 50. Here F square, but here only F, A into F. Here B into F square. See the formula. WI is equal to AF plus BF square. AF is hysteresis, BF square is eddy current. Calculate, you'll get the hysteresis and eddy current loss. Note down this. If you have completed, tell me, we'll go to the next problem.
Yes, sir. Complete.
Okay. Now see the next problem. See this problem. Take down this. In a test for the determination of losses of a 440, total iron loss is this. Take down this. Question you take down. See here, hysteresis loss WH is proportional to F. Remove the proportionality sign, place the constant A. WH is equal to AF. WE is equal to BF square. Therefore, total iron loss is equal to WI is equal to AF plus BF square. Take F common, WI by F is equal to A plus BF. So in the first case, what he is giving? 440 50 hertz, iron loss is this much, 2500 watts. WI is equal to 2500 watts at 50 hertz. Next at 25 hertz, what is the iron loss he is giving? At 25 hertz, at 25 hertz, what is the iron loss?
850.
850. See here, they have given the written the data. When frequency is 50, iron loss is this much. When frequency is 25, iron loss is this much. Now substitute F and WI in this form. First substitute this one, let it be equation 1. Similarly, next substitute this one, let it be equation 2. Solve these two equations, we will get A and B. We will get A and B. In the problem, what he is asking us to determine?
Eddy current.
Eddy current loss. In eddy current loss, formula is BF square. There is no need of calculation of A. Take equation 2 minus 1. A will be cancelled. We will get B. We will get B value. There is no need of A because we are not calculating the hysteresis loss. Even if you want to calculate, no problem. We can determine A and B. Here they are calculating B value. Then eddy current loss is equal to BF square. This is the eddy current loss. If you want hysteresis loss, we know the formula. WI is equal to WH plus WE. We know total iron loss and eddy current loss. The total iron loss minus eddy current loss will give hysteresis loss. Otherwise, we can calculate A and you multiply A with frequency. We'll get hysteresis loss. That's all about the problem. Similar type of problems, both previous problem and this. Take down the answer. If you are hanged out, you can ask me. Taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to the next concept. Equivalent circuit is completed. Okay. Next concept is why transformer rating in kVA have I explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we'll go to the regulation. Next topic, 1 minute. Right hand side heading, regulation. REGULATION, regulation. Right on the topic, regulation. Regulation of transformer. Regulation of transformer. Draw this diagram. This diagram. What they are doing in this diagram, can anyone tell? Explain this diagram. Anyone? Yesterday we had discussed.
Converting E1 into V2.
Converting the secondary side in terms of primary. Converting the parameters. What are the parameters in the secondary side? R2 and,
R1
okay, R2 and
V2.
X2. Sorry, R2 and X2. These are the circuit constants. 1 second. And on is cut.
ఇప్పుడు సర్వే నెంబర్లు అంటే అది ఇగ్నోర్వి అన్ని చేసిరంట. సర్వే నెంబర్ పొలం దగ్గర కొనుక్కోవడానికి అమ్మడానికి తెలియదు అనుకో, ఇప్పుడు ఇది అమ్మడానికి లేదని చెప్పేసిరంట. ఏడా రిజిస్ట్రేషన్. సో అవి ఏంటి నేను చూస్తా అని చెప్తున్నాడు అనమాట. మొన్న వీళ్ళు పోయిరంట, పోతే సర్వే నెంబర్ అవన్నీ సెలెక్ట్ చేసినట్టే కేసీఆర్ అవన్నీ బ్లాక్ చేసేసానంట. సర్వే నెంబర్ రోడ్ది అవి దాని పక్కనే అమ్ముతుందంటే, దాని కిలోమీటర్స్ అట్లా దూరంలోనే అమ్ముతుందంట. అవైతే అమ్ముతున్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ ఆ సర్వే నెంబర్ అమ్ముతున్నట్టు ఇంక్లూడ్ సర్వే నెంబర్ ఉంటే మాత్రం అది అమ్ముతుంది. అసలు సరే వచ్చింది అంటున్నారు. చూడమని చెప్పిన అడు ఉంది అని అన్నారు.
Sorry. We are converting the secondary side circuit constants R2 and X2 into primary side, and V2 is the voltage on the secondary side. Okay, this V2 can be written here. R01 is what is the formula for R01?
R1 plus R2 plus R1.
R01 is equal to R1 plus R2 by K square. Okay, similarly X01 is equal to X1. X01 means first you write X1. X01 is equal to X1 plus X2 by K square. Primary values remain same. R1 plus secondary side is converted R2 by K square. Similarly X01 is equal to X1 plus X2 by K square. Like that you remember. So we have converted this, and we are getting V1 is the primary voltage, V2 is the secondary side voltage or load voltage. Now here V1 is the supply voltage, V2 is the secondary side load voltage. In between V1 and V2 some voltage is dropped. What is the voltage dropped? V1 minus V2. If you apply the loop equation, what you will get? V1 is equal to I1 into Z01 plus V2. Is it okay? V1 is equal to I1 into Z01 plus V2. Therefore V1 minus V2 is equal to I1 into Z01. Is this okay? Any doubt in this?
Once repeat, sir.
Write down the loop equation for this. Plus minus you keep here, plus minus you keep here. Anyway this is minus and plus. So from minus to plus it is plus V1. Write down V1 minus I1 into Z01. V1 minus I1 is the current flowing in this loop. I1 into Z01 is the voltage drop. V1 minus I1 into Z01 minus V2 is equal to 0. Minus V2 is equal to 0. Now bring the negative terms to the right hand side. Therefore V1 is equal to, otherwise V1 minus V2 as it is kept, you keep this. V1 minus V2 on the left side you keep, on right hand side bring I1 into Z01. What do you mean by V1 minus V2? V1 minus V2 is the voltage drop. What is the voltage drop in this circuit?
V1 minus V2.
V1 minus V2, that is equal to I1 into Z01 is the voltage drop. Where voltage is dropped across this R01 and X01. What is Z01? Write down next step. Z01 is equal to R01 plus JX01. Z01 is equal to R01 plus JX01. So what do you mean by voltage drop? In KVL also I have discussed. Voltage drop across resistance and inductance is nothing but voltage drop. When current is flowing through this winding, some voltage will be dropped in the winding. That is nothing but voltage drop. The difference of V1 minus V2 will give the voltage drop in this circuit. Now I will define the regulation. So in your house, we are having TV. Are you using regulator? Nowadays, we are not using regulator. Inside the TV itself, regulator is fixed. Inside the TV, inbuilt, we are getting regulator. In previous 10 years before, they are using separate regulator for TV. Why they are using regulator for TV? So suppose the rated voltage of your TV is 230 volts, let us say. Otherwise, we take fridge. Fridge is having regulator. Inside the fridge also, inside regulator is there. Okay. The rated voltage of your fridge is 230 volts, let us say. If more than 230 volts will come in the fridge, what will happen? Sometimes your fridge will be damaged. Damaged means due to high voltage, sometimes you'll get low voltage also. Some 190 volts instead of 230 volts. So if you are having regulator, that 190 volts is regulated to 230 volts. Suppose if you are getting over voltage, some 250 volts, that 250 volts is reduced to 230 volts. That is the meaning of regulation. We are regulating the voltage. We are regulating the voltage to keep our equipment safe. To protect our equipment, we are using the regulator. Nowadays, inbuilt regulators are coming for AC, for a TV, for inverters. Inbuilt regulators are there. They will automatically adjust the voltage. Suppose if it is not able to adjust the voltage, it will switch. It will be automatically off. It will come to off condition. Once the normal voltage is coming, it will again start. That is the meaning of regulation. We are regulating the voltage. That is the meaning of regulation. Okay. Now see here. Change in secondary terminal voltage from no load to full load. What do you mean by no load? Yesterday we had discussed no load test. What do you mean by no load in the previous class? In transformer, what do you mean by no load? మీ secondary winding open చేశారా no load test లో? We are not connecting any load. Is it okay? We are not connecting any load in the secondary winding. If you are not connecting any, I will draw it on the board so that you can understand. One second. We are opening the secondary winding. We are not connecting any load. That is called no load condition. That is called no load condition. In the no load, in the open circuit, voltage is there or current is there? In open circuit, current is there or voltage is there? Voltage will present. In open circuit, your current is 0. Now let us say when you are applying 230 volts. When you are applying 230 volts at the primary side, now what is V2 value? What is V2? $230 volts, because in parallel voltage is same. In open circuit voltage will be there. In open circuit, am I audible? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, in open circuit, we'll have the voltage. When you are applying the voltage V1 at the primary side, same voltage will appear in open circuit. Now here current is 0 in the secondary circuit. Only in primary circuit your current is flowing I1. In your secondary circuit voltage. Now connect the load. This is the load. When load is connected, your current will flow. When load is connected, your current will flow. And voltage across the load is V2. When current is flowing in the load, some voltage is dropped in the load. When voltage is dropped in the load, automatically V1 is equal to V2 plus I2 into load may be resistance, or this load may be R load or RL load. We can take impedance. Z2 is the impedance of the load. I2 into Z2. I2 into Z2. Voltage across the load is I2 into Z2. Now here V1 minus V2 is equal to I2 into Z2. V1 minus V2 is equal to I2 into Z2. But what we have done, we have converted the secondary winding into primary winding. I am taking this as I1 into Z01. I have converted the secondary winding also in terms of primary winding. Then it is I1 into Z01. V1 minus V2 is equal to, what is the voltage drop in the load? In the load, the voltage drop is I1 into Z01. So we are regulating this voltage. Okay. Now, okay. Up to this clear? Any doubt in this? What do you mean by no load and load? Okay, now I will define the regulations, see, in your textbook. See, the change in, see here, change in secondary terminal voltage from no load to full load. What do you mean by no load? Now can you tell me, what do you mean by no load? No load means secondary terminal is open circuited. In the transformer, secondary terminal is open circuited. Secondary winding is open circuited. When you are open circuiting, what is the voltage here? You see, V2 0 they are taking, V2 not. V2 not means load is open circuited. This O means open circuited. V2 not. O means open circuited. V2 not. When no load. And full load. What do you mean by full load? What do you mean by full load? Secondary winding is connected to load. No load means secondary winding is not connected, open circuited. we are not connecting the load in the secondary winding. Full load means we are connecting the some load in the secondary winding. Then when during no load, the voltage is V2 naught. And when we connect the load V2, voltage across the load is V2. V2 naught is greater or V2 is greater? Which one is greater among these two? V2 naught is greater. Why V2 naught is greater means voltage is full voltage we are getting in open circuit. But when you connect the load, some voltage is dropped in the load. That's why the voltage is reduced in V2. Therefore, the change in secondary terminal voltage from no load to full load is this one. This change divided by no load voltage is known as regulation. Regulation means, see the formula. V2 naught, there is no load. V2 is when load is connected. Change in the difference, no load to full load. No load to full load divided by no load voltage. No load voltage minus full load voltage by no load voltage. That is nothing but regulation. If you multiply with 100, that is percentage regulation. Why this is percentage regulation down and why this is percentage regulation up? Here V2 naught, no load voltage minus full load voltage by no load voltage. But here no load voltage minus full load voltage by full load voltage. It is called up. This regulation is called up. This regulation is called down. Why? Anyone? Because your no load voltage is greater than the full load voltage. In the denominator, if more voltage is there, regulation will be less. In denominator, if less voltage is there, regulation will be more. That's why V2 naught is greater than V2. V2 naught is greater than V2. These are the two formulas for regulation. One is regulation down, percentage regulation down, and the one is percentage regulation up. How we are defining the regulation? Write down in your notes. Regulation is equal to no load voltage minus full load voltage by no load voltage. Percentage regulation down is equal to no load voltage minus full load voltage by no load voltage into 100. Percentage means multiply with 100. This is the formula for regulation down. Regulation up means no load voltage minus full load voltage by full load voltage. These two formulas you remember. In problems, they ask percentage regulation down, percentage regulation up. Have you understood what do you mean by no load and full load? Write down note point. No load means secondary winding is open circuited. Write down note. No load voltage means secondary winding is open circuited. In open circuit, you will have the full voltage. In open circuit, you will have the full voltage. Whatever the voltage we are applying at the supply, V1, that is equal to no load voltage. Write down next point. Full load voltage means secondary winding is connected to load. Full load voltage means secondary winding is connected to load. Secondary winding is connected to load. So now write down this formula. Percentage regulation down is no load voltage minus full load voltage by no load voltage into 100. Percentage regulation up is equal to no load voltage minus full load voltage by full load voltage into 100. Now in the numerator we are having the difference of voltages. What it will give difference of voltages?
Voltage drop.
Voltage drop. Very good. Voltage drop it will give. Okay. Numerator it will give the voltage drop. Now see, in this circuit, V1 minus V2, voltage drop is I1 into Z01. V1 minus V2 is the voltage drop. Okay. Now percentage regulation can be taken as V1 minus V2 by V1. V1 minus V2 by V1 into 100. Write down this formula also. For this circuit I am saying. For this circuit, I am taking percentage regulation is equal to V1 minus V2 dash by V1 into 100. Write down this. V1 minus V2 dash by V1 into 100 is the percentage regulation. Now V1 minus V2 dash, write down here. In place of V1 minus V2 dash, write down I1 into Z01. I1 into Z01. I1 into Z01, write down. I1 into Z01. Have you written V in place of V1 minus V2? V1 minus V2 dash is I1 into Z01 divided by V1 into 100. Now see here, what is the equation, loop equation for this? V1 is equal to V2 plus, write down V1 is equal to V2 plus I01 into Z01. Now what I am doing is, see here, I am drawing the phasor diagram for this. For this equation, I will draw it on the board. Write on this. I am drawing V2, this one, plus I01 into R01. I1 into R01 plus 90. J means 90. J means 90. See, resistance is taken on the x-axis. V2 plus I1 into R01 plus I1 into X01. Okay. R01 plus J01, that is Z01. This is voltage drop. Okay. I1 into Z01. Z01 is equal to R01 plus JX01. Z01 is equal to R01 plus JX01. Is it clear up to here? Is this phasor diagram is clear up to here? What is Z01? Z01 is equal to R01 plus J into X01. Z01 is equal to R01 plus JX01. Now sum of all this is equal to V1. Sum of all this is V1. Sum of all those is V1. Any doubt in this diagram? Okay, no doubt. Then one more diagram I am drawing, see here. I am taking V2 here. I am taking V2. Let us take this is I1. Let us take this is I1. I am taking load is inductive. Let us take load is inductive. In inductance, current lags the voltage or not? In inductance, current lags the voltage. Now here, this voltage drop. This is the voltage drop. Take down, that is I1 into R01. I1 into R01. Parallel to I1, I am taking I1 into R01. Parallel to I1, I am taking I1 into R01. Can you have any doubt in this? You can ask me. Why I am taking these two parallel lines? Why I am taking these two parallel lines? What is I1 into R01? Voltage or current? I1 multiplied by resistance. Current multiplied by resistance is voltage. I am taking for I1 parallel line, I am taking I1 into R01. Why? Because in resistance, what is the angle in between voltage and current in resistance? What is the angle in between voltage and current? 0. Now see, I am taking I1 and the voltage is I1 into R01. Angle in between I1 and I1 R01 is 0. These two are parallel lines. The same phase is there. Next I1 into R01 I had taken. Next J, 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. I1 into X01. I1 into X01. Perpendicular. From I1 R01 to I1 X01 perpendicular. Resultant of I01, this will be I1 into Z01. I1 into Z01. The resultant of this entire equation is V1. Resultant of this entire equation is V1. The angle in between V1 and I1 is phi. Phi is the angle in between V1 and I1. Phi is the angle in between V1 and I1. Here also phi is the angle in between V1 and I1. Phi is the phase angle in between voltage and current. Phi is the phase angle in between voltage and current. Is this clear up to here? Okay. What is the difference between this phasor diagram and this phasor diagram? In the first phasor diagram, inductance is there. If inductance is there, current lags the voltage. If it is pure inductance, if it is the inductance, current lags the voltage. In the second case, that is resistive case. In the first case, power factor is lagging. In the second case, power factor is 1. If power factor is 1, okay, let us leave that, don't worry. This is the phasor diagram. Now I want the regulation. What is the regulation? V1 minus V2 is equal to I1 into R01 plus J I1 into X01. That is the voltage drop. Divide by regulation means divide by V1. Divide by V1. Up to here you note down, then I will show in the textbook. Otherwise in the next class we will discuss this. Okay. Regulation you remember up to this. Regulation is equal to V1 minus V2 by V1, that is equal to I1 into R01 plus J into I1 R X01 by V1. In the next class, we'll see the remaining derivation and we'll complete the regulation problems also. One minute, I'll take the attendance. 2 is present.
Absent, sir.
2 absent. 4, 5, 6 is present. Absent. 9.
Present, sir.
6 present. Okay. 9. 13.
Present at
9
bottom,
is
sir.
out. Okay. Then 13.
Absent, sir.
15.
Absent.
Okay. Only 2, 13 and 15 are absent. Remaining present. Now we can exit. Now we can exit the class. Remaining we will see in the tomorrow class.